Welcome to the Legends of Minecraft. I'm your host, Covert Zen.
And I am Hound 4004.
Today is April 8th, 2023. This is our first ever podcast, so I do hope you enjoy and return to listen to future episodes, especially once the game is released. This podcast is all about the world of Minecraft Legends with a sprinkle of Minecraft. If you are unfamiliar with Minecraft, you should head over to YouTube and search for Zentopia or Hound 4004, where we each make sense of Minecraft in our own way. If you are curious as to what Minecraft Legends is, here's a bit of an explanation. It is an action based strategy game in a Minecraft way. This podcast will try to guide you along the way from release until as long as we can do this podcast, I suppose. Hound, do you want to expand on a bit more on what Minecraft Legends is?
Yeah, so Minecraft Legends is another, not really knockoff, but kind of knockoff from Minecraft, exploring just another possible storyline in the land of a blocky game. And this one, well, if you've been to the Nether in Minecraft, there's some pretty evil looking piglins down there. Well, what if they were to the overworld and were trying to destroy everything? So Minecraft Legends is all about saving the overworld from the little oinky boys.
Today we will be discussing some news updates, what's going on in the game, and finish up with any upcoming content or events we will have this week. Let's get into the news.
Our latest news updates from the developers seem to be more cinematic gameplay and teasers. This gives me the feeling that the game is pretty set for release. There were some content creators that were invited to London who recently released the first look of footage of the game, so we will be talking about that in the main discussion. Aside from that, just a reminder that the game is set to release April 18th, and Minecraft Legends has given us a world map picture with various times that day that will be released. Now, some days I know it's going to be releasing on the 19th, like down in Japan. Like, it's not necessarily the 18th, so I'd definitely check out that map.
Yeah, for me, it's like I think in the morning, which I
Mm-hmm.
won't even be able to play it until I get home.
I know, me
But
too. It'll still be a legendary day, though, no matter how you slice it up, no matter where you live.
yeah, it'll be hard to figure out like how am I going to focus on my normal day and not watch everyone else play this game?
Schoolwork? Why do schoolwork when you could punch some piglins in the face? I mean, one's obviously superior.
Right. All right, let's get into the main discussion. This will definitely be a game to please the senses. I'm particularly excited to learn the different ways to play. The 4v4 design in PvP is something to rave about. I watched a few of the creators' footage release. One in particular was Pixel Riffs. He has a tutorial way of going through things, so lots of questions were answered in his playthrough. After that, he also did a party stream on Twitch, and as we all watched his playthrough, everyone was able to ask questions. I asked a bunch about whether or not you can rally all 40, for instance, he had in his player cap under, one little army, how he did this and that. So the one thing I noticed between him and Pixel Riffs, or Martin and Pixel Riffs, is they seem to have gotten really rushed into playing. So they were kind of just like in the swell of it before they were able to like get their bearings.
Mm-hmm.
And then Grian being Grian was just sneakily in the background doing what Grian does.
If I can add on, you had showed, and there's a video out there that doesn't have any voices. It's unedited, and it was just simply sitting and playing Minecraft Legends. There was no voiceover. It was just the game. You got to watch the game go by. And as I was watching this morning, like I got mesmerized into the whole little narrative world. So definitely some interesting sneak peeks from those released videos.
Yeah, I think the one you're talking about in particular too was I got to notice a lot more of the background and like the biomes.
Mm-hmm.
And those trees are huge. So when you go to set a couple of lays to start harvesting them,
It could take a
man, that
while, yeah.
it really collects a lot of wood. Yeah. One thing I didn't catch was if you could increase your materials cap, because I know you can upgrade your your mob cap, so to speak, or your army size.
Mhm.
But I didn't know if you could go beyond the 1,000 blocks of, like, stone or wood, so
Yeah, like,
I'm
what is there is a cap of, like, 1,000? Because I know, of course,
mhm.
basic Minecraft is stack of 64, but is there
Yeah.
an actual cap for Legends, or can your allies just haul it all down to your base, or
As far as I know, they hold on to it. So it's like I saw a cap at 1,000, and in that gameplay, he kept trying to recollect stone, and it's like you have reached your limit for or your capacity for stone. So I was like, okay. But then again in that same one, he was building his wall, and man, that burns through your wood so fast. I'm excited to be able to plan like, okay, you five go collect wood. I'm gonna use it as you're collecting to build this huge wall and then build inside of it.
it seemed like those walls were kind of, I mean, like, I got the base of it, but kind of picky on placement. I mean, for the most part, they behaved nicely, but to, like, control it all around, you start, like, what, with one block on the world, and you kinda have to rotate around where you want it to go, and it can't, like, crash into any other buildings or anything in the biome around there, so it's kinda picky. You gotta really plan out where you wanna build and how you wanna build your walls.
Yeah, it gives me like a Age of Empires feelings where you'd have to drag the wall, and if you ran to a mountain or a tree or something unharvestable, you'd have to like make a little jut out and go around that piece of land that you couldn't do anything with. So it is cool.
And not to mention that you're being rushed through this entire process. Not only do you gotta get around whatever is in the way, but the piglins are gonna come and they're not gonna treat your village too nicely. So you gotta get around all the obstacles and get there before the piglins beat you to the punch.
Without running out of materials at the same time.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really cool. I also thought, like everyone gets a job with no automatic assignment. But in PvP where there's 4 versus 4, just by communicating or even going through it, your tactic is decided by the resources near you. So, you could have a forest next to you where you have plenty of wood to, like, build up that defense and then stone, and as far as what Pixel Riffs explained, if you have I wanna say it's the masonry building, it has, like, that perimeter when you first build it that it will upgrade all the wood into stone material. So it's gonna be really interesting, if there's, like, a set map that controls it said all the different biomes would be different, but if the set map is the same layout, does that make
Mhm.
sense?
No, for sure, yeah. I mean, I would hope that upon different worlds, maybe you've played through an entire world of Legends and maybe aren't necessarily doing a PvP mode, but just want to sit down and do a game again. How much replay value is there? Is it going to randomize again? Future updates, will the map and biomes get bigger or change? I mean, those biomes are amazing, but I hope each time you reset or replay the game that there's a bit of variety.
It was my understanding that it was gonna be like Minecraft in that way, where it was gonna be randomly generated each time you uploaded one. I mean the actual like, when they go to the map and look at where the piglin outposts are, where the base
Oh,
is,
for sure, yeah.
if that, like, outline and the outline of the individual biomes are gonna be the same layout, and then the insides of those borders would just change, or will there be more downloadable content in the future with different map outlines?
Mhm. Well, and I don't know, something that I was just thinking of as you said this. I mean, Minecraft is highly moddable. I've started for the first time to see people make Minecraft dungeons kind of mods or add-ons, which is really cool. So hopefully players, if nothing else, will be able to go in and change things up for themselves if they have the know-hows to.
Well, I guess lastly about the gameplay that I've seen is that, bigger is better. Make room for improvements. If anyone's seen Pixel Riff's video out there, he had a really hard time trying to build his upgrade. I forget what it's called, but the upgrade building to be able to do upgrades because it has a parameter in itself that you build those upgrades in. So bigger is better.
For sure.
What did you think of the tower defense like feel to the game? So you're able to just build anywhere in the world besides like the piglins little area and probably inside the other player's base. So you could almost funnel with walls and arrow. It reminded me of like if I had enough materials and enough time, could I build just a big tower defense map where the player on the other
Ooh,
team would have to funnel through my defenses instead of like sneak around to the back?
that would actually be really cool. Like, or I can even just imagine, like, with all the walls, kind of make a whole little maze. I
Yeah.
mean, I think there's definitely a lot of creativity there, but with the tower defense and like all the little golem shooting and those towers that you built shooting, like the tower defense feel, and like kind of even adding that with the maze and having corners for the mobs to try and turn and get around. That would be really cool.
I think so. I really like tower defense games.
I know, like when Hypixel first had a tower defense, I was addicted to that, and that was just in regular Minecraft. That wasn't some random game tower defense. That was in Minecraft itself. And if we could do something like that in Legends, where you actually have things in Legends that are meant to do something like a tower defense game, adding that in as a player build thing would be really cool. So I really hope something like that is possible.
Someone was saying that it kind of reminded them of Clash of Clans, and I never really played it, but I understand like the layout of the game. And it would be cool to be like a second play style where I'm gonna go in and make like an impenetrable base and then release it to marketplace and people can download it and then try to beat it. Can you get through my maze? Can you get through my walls? Can you defeat the mission or campaign? That could go a long way, Minecraft
Mhm.
Legends.
Well, and knowing that there is an actual marketplace. I mean, so far it's been speculated to just be cosmetics. But if we're able to make our own little world or something inside the Legends universe and give it to other players to play around with, that would add so much even with inside the marketplace. I don't care. Put mine coins on it. That sounds fun to me.
Yeah, I would definitely look into some other people's maps or want to make one myself. Even, even if again, DLC, because I'm looking at I haven't played Minecraft Dungeons, but they have a lot of DLC content. Even just like another play style that if you wanted to, you could purchase these off the marketplace. Or if you didn't, if you make them, you could play them. Because I'd make tower defense fortresses all the time and then just play my own maps. Just to see if like I can beat it.
Sure. Yeah, being able to play test your own game within a game, and there's just something fun, really fun about that. So,
Yeah. I would love to make content about that. That'd be awesome. So for instance, watching that gameplay with no commentary, you can recall troops when you make a new spawner.
yeah.
That was something that I was like, "Oh, thank goodness." Because, like, everyone had complained, like, I send my troops or I leave my troops and then they're just, like, gone. I have to, like, go find them and rally them up. And it's like you can recall all your troops, so you can make a mini outpost, recall your troops, go in, set another spawner on the back, recall them all back, continually switching your battle tactic.
Although I mean, I know this isn't vanilla Minecraft and they're not quite regular spawners, but I kind of find it sad how you have to go play a melody to make them spawn. And I mean, that's where part of the strategy comes in. You got a plan to go back and try and spawn in more troops and then go get the outpost. But I don't know, I'd find it kind of convenient if they just kept spawning until the capacity was there. And then you could just come back to your, maybe outpost and just grab a whole bunch of troops that have spawned in instead of having to take the time to spawn in more troops.
True. I've thought of that too. The difference in that being is so for instance, Command and Conquer or any of the other like RTS games, you can like make a queue of, I want 30 troops, whether you have the resources or not, it's like a queue max. And then it will just keep making those and they'll just sit by the spawner, for instance, until they're all done or until you run out of resources. I think they went with this way to keep it more engaging and less like mass army building.
That definitely helps. That's been a problem with other things out there, kind of like this, that I've seen, that it is kind of just turning into grinding instead of playing.
Yeah, like you make a mass fortress, you make a mass army, and then you try to attack them and win, or send half your army and then they try to counter, and you're like, "Ah, I still have half my army here." And then you like, I don't know, RTS games are fun, but then it's like, as a tactician, you learn very quickly what always wins.
Hmm.
Um, all right, we will move on. So, upcoming videos or events. No news from Mojang on the next video, but we'll be on the lookout for another group of creators possibly testing the game before release to give us some more peeks as to what's to come.
All I can say, I mean, of course, they will have some more Legends videos, and especially as it comes closer to being that April 18th, there'll have to be a main trailer out there. But I hope to see some more behind the scenes for sure. I know when Mojang released their behind the scenes of the music, just the music, that was just astonishing how much time they put into it. The game, the whole game, and every little detail. So I hope we get some more peeks behind the scene.
I'm hoping, if not before the game's release, in the game, I want to see the Nether in the state that it's in. Because you got to think, it's got to be so bad that they want to come to the overworld to harvest, whether, lapis or whatever ore is not actually in the nether. But the little cutscenes that we got, as far as I know, everyone on social media is just like trying to screenshot and talk about this giant piglin boss and this piglin boss and what biome are they from. And, like, I want to see their storyline as to like what happened that you had to come here. Because it reminds me when the nether got updated and we got piglin bastions, but they're like remnants. What happened? You know, did is Minecraft Legends a prequel and like you fought the overworld and you lost and then we came and fought you?
Yeah, and are now all these piglin portals? Is that how the ruin portals came to be in regular Minecraft?
Right. Right. I think there's a lot of similarities there that could, be connected once some of us get through the game, or hopefully downloadable content. Like, to me, if the game's not that long, give me more content. Just keep going. You're a Minecraft game, you should be able to just keep adding on to it.
Yeah, with two entire studios involved. So like, come on, let's
Right.
crank some content out.
Yeah. As far as any other content, my channel Zentopia will have a few shorts coming out this week. Still going through the beginner stages of a Minecraft player, and I'll be showcasing some workstations and what they do or how to make them. What about you, Hound?
Well, for my channel, there's not too much exciting going on. As regular Minecraft news comes out, I make news videos on that, and hopefully there's some more trails and tales, or tales and trails, or whatever it's called by now. As more snapshots and betas come out, I hope to cover that. But as some actual just sitting down having fun, I hope to play some Block Wars and get some PvP skills up before we have to go kill some piglins and legends. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a good plan. All right. Well, that's our show. It's been great discussing the legendary world of Minecraft Legends. The best way to find our podcast is to search the Legends of Minecraft podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast streaming service. If you want to be a Legends Discord member, stop in at the Legends of Minecraft Discord channel and become a spawned member. This gives you access to read what's going on. To further gain access, head over to the Patreon page and become a supporter to gain more Discord access. All of our video content will be posted on YouTube at Legends of Minecraft Podcast. We can also be reached on Twitter at Legends of MCPOD. The links will all be in the show notes. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.